In October 2022, 21-year-old Grace Jennings was found brutally murdered inside a detached garage in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Near her body was a long sword covered in blood. Kiara McCulley admitted her role in the killing, but prosecutors say she did not act alone. The state alleges Isaac Apodaca manipulated and coerced McCulley into killing Grace, pointing to disturbing text messages they say reveal a conspiracy and a murder plot. Apodaca has pleaded not guilty. His defense disputes the state's version of events and argues that Kiara McCulley was the one responsible for planning and carrying out the killing. Now, a jury has to decide whether Isaac Apodaca is the mastermind behind Grace Jennings' murder, or is the state holding him responsible for a killing he did not commit. This is State of New Mexico versus Isaac Apodaca.
Sir, I'm going to place you under oath. If you'll face me and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
I do, Your Honor.
Please have a seat.
Thank you.
If you'd begin by introducing yourself to the jury by stating your name and spelling it for our record, please.
My name is Officer Alejandro Arroyo. First name Alejandro. Last name Arroyo, Arrryo.
Mr. Long.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a police officer for the city of Santa Fe.
How long have you been a police officer with the city of Santa Fe?
Just about 11 years.
Do you have any prior law enforcement experience before that?
I do not.
Were you on duty on October 29th, 2022?
Yes.
And were you called out to 5941 Jaguar Drive?
Yes.
And is that location in the city and county of Santa Fe?
Yes, it is.
State of New Mexico?
Yes, sir.
When you first arrived at that location, were there any other officers present?
I was the first one on scene, I believe.
Okay. And after you arrived, did any other officers arrive pretty quickly after that?
Yes, they did.
Who?
Officer Francisco Alvarado and Officer Manuel Romero.
All right. Now, without saying why you were out there, did you take up a position sort of before you went to the house?
Yes, due to the call information, I withdrew my police department issued handgun and carefully started, I guess, in my head trying to come up with a game plan on how to approach the house.
Okay. And when you approached the house, were you approaching the front of the house?
Initially, yes.
Okay. Did you eventually head towards the back of the house?
Yes.
And did you eventually head into the backyard?
Yes.
And once you headed to the backyard, did you actually tell another officer to kick in a door?
No, it was another officer did.
At some point, did you receive information that a possible crime occurred in a garage?
Yes.
Did you see a garage at that location?
Yes, there was a detached garage on the back side of the house.
Okay. And when you say a detached garage, you mean that it wasn't connected to the house?
Correct.
When you first arrived and sort of were trying to get your bearings with the scene and occupants of the house, was there any confusion as to whether you were at the right location?
We were very confused. It seemed like we were at the wrong place initially.
Okay. And then did you eventually confirm the address with the homeowner?
Correct.
And at any point, did you try to get into the garage?
One of the officers did, and then I asked for keys.
Okay. And did you get keys?
I did.
Once you were provided with keys to that garage, what did you do?
Once I got the keys, I opened the door.
All right. And I want you to think back to opening that door and tell the jury what, if anything, you saw at that point.
I immediately saw what I perceived to be a body, a motionless body, dark-skinned female with acrylic nails. I remember one of her knees had a really significant large gash to her knee. The room was cluttered. It was disgusting, I would say. Cat feces, blood everywhere, and a large sword to the right of the entrance of the garage.
Okay. Now, as a police officer, when you enter a scene like that and you see something like that, are you supposed to maybe clear the scene to make sure that, if there's, check to see if there's anyone else in there, check to see, if that person's alive? Or are you supposed to do any of that sort of stuff?
Yes.
Were you able to do that?
No.
Why weren't you able to do that?
Like I said earlier, it was just super cluttered, messy, blood everywhere. I didn't want to really step in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And were you able, or did you attempt to provide any life-saving measures?
I did not. I think medics rolled up pretty soon after that.
Okay. And did you see whether the medics attempted to provide any life-saving measures?
Yes.
Okay. Now, officer, do you are you part of any special unit or group of individuals with Santa Fe Police Department?
I'm assigned to the K-9 unit.
Okay. And so, do you actually have a canine that is kind of your partner?
Yes.
All right. Do you also typically wear like a body-worn camera?
Yes, I do.
All right. And where does that body-worn camera typically? Where do you put that on your uniform?
Usually on my chest area.
Okay. And if you are having interactions with the public, are you supposed to turn that camera on?
Yes.
All right. And on October 29th, 2022, did you have a camera on?
I did.
And do you know if your camera was recording?
It was.
Permission to approach the witness?
Yes.
So, officer, I'm going to hand you what has been marked as State's Exhibit 3. I want you to take a look at that and tell me if you recognize that.
I do.
And is there a signature and date on that?
Yes, it's my signature and today's date.
Okay. And did you put that signature and date on that after you reviewed the contents of that?
Yes.
And are the contents of that recording, of that disc, is that a fair and accurate recording from your body-worn camera on that day?
Yes.
At this point, I would move State's Exhibit 3 into evidence.
Any objection to States 3?
No objection, sir.
States 3 is admitted without objection. Mr. Long?
Permission to publish?
Yes. Is there graphic scenes on this?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
And Judge, I may need some technical assistance briefly, if that's okay.
Come on up.
Now, Officer Arroyo, I would like for you to read for the jury what the numbers up in the right-hand corner are.
22, 10, 29.
And what does that signify?
The date.
All right, and then the next set of numbers.
13:51, 49 seconds.
All right, and what does that signify?
Time.
All right. And is that military time?
Yes.
All right. That officer that's in front of you that looks like is approaching, who is that?
I think it's Officer Alvarado.
At that point, it looks like you were just handed a key. Why is your gun out?
I just don't know what could be behind that door. Gotta be ready.
So, officer, it looks as if you've just slightly entered the garage. Is that about as far as that you could go in?
Yes.
Now, the individuals that we saw arrive that don't have badges and guns, do you know who those individuals were?
Not by name.
Do you know what agency they were with?
The fire department, City of Santa Fe Fire Department.
And I asked you a little bit about you went, just sort of just inside the doorway of the garage. Why couldn't you walk any further?
I don't know why I didn't go in, honestly. I think I was just grossed out.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do you remember, you said that you saw a body. Do you remember where that body was located?
Right by the door.
Okay. You said that her body was right by the door. Do you remember, was Was she seated? Was she lying down? Was she on the floor? Was she on a bed?
If I remember correctly, she was kind of like seated on the floor, her knees kind of up. And what really caught my attention is her head was, instead of like just being slouched over, it was like further down to her chest.
Officer, did you eventually conduct a security sweep of the main residence?
Yes.
What is a security sweep?
Just to make sure no one's inside the residence hiding, as we were going to secure the residence for a search warrant.
Okay. Do you remember if anything or anyone else was found inside the residence?
No.
Your Honor, permission to approach the witness?
Yes.
Officer, I'm going to hand you what has been marked as State's Exhibit 4. Do you recognize that?
Yes, I do.
And how do you recognize that?
Has my signature and the date that I wrote on it.
And what is the date?
7/8/26.
And is that a fair and accurate representation of more body-worn camera footage from that day?
Yes.
At this point, I would move State's Exhibit 4 into evidence.
Any objection to 4?
No objection, Your Honor. Permission to publish.
It's admitted without objection.
And I'm
Go
going
ahead, Mr. Long.
to go ahead and collect both of those back. Permission to approach.
Yep. So while he's queuing this up, ladies and gentlemen, when you deliberate, you'll be provided a clean laptop with a disc player if you want to watch any of these videos. Before you start playing that, counsel, pause it.
Sorry.
Counsel, would you approach, please?
Before I get this clip positioned correctly, does your body-worn camera record audio as well?
Yes, it does.
And has that been the one change from today is that the audio is not there?
Correct.
Okay, officer, just very briefly, and we're back at the, with Exhibit 4, we're at 0 seconds, and so the video itself is not playing, but we're able to sort of see, oops, now it is. We're able to see some of the individuals on scene. Can you identify some of those individuals for the jury?
Yes.
So the individual that is on the far right-hand side of that screen, who is that individual?
That's now Lieutenant Roberto Rodriguez.
Okay. And the individual that is sort of in the middle, do you know who that is?
Officer Francisco Alvarado.
Okay, and then the person that is seated on the left-hand side of the screen, do you know who that is?
Lanny McCulley.
All right. And we did see an individual in the prior clip, and that is in State's Exhibit number 3. We saw an individual go away in handcuffs. Do you know who that individual was?
Kiara McCulley.
All right. And at any point during that day, October 29th, 2022, did you have any contact with Isaac Apodaca?
No.
As part of your investigation, did you go in and try to talk to neighbors to see if they had seen or heard anything?
Yes.
And did they provide any useful information to you?
No.
Did you eventually make it back to the Santa Fe Police Department station?
I did.
And when you arrived at the police station, did you escort anyone inside?
I did.
Do you remember who you escorted inside?
I don't remember her name.
Do you remember if she had any relation to this case?
I think she was the mother of the victim.
And a few minutes later, did you come into contact with Isaac Apodaca's mother?
Yes.
And was her name Linda Montoya?
I believe so.
Do you remember where that contact was made?
At the front entrance to the police department.
And what, if anything, did you tell her?
I think I just told them I didn't have any information for them at the time, and to wait in their car until detectives came out and reached out to them.
Okay. Your Honor, may I have a moment?
Yes.
At this point, I pass the witness.
Cross-examination.
Yes, sir.
Officer Royal, good morning.
Good morning.
You responded to the scene at 5941 Jaguar Drive, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when you approached, do you approach the residence with other officers?
Yes.
Would that have been Officers Alvarado and Romero?
Yes.
Okay. And Officer Alvarado stated he observed a female walk into the residence from a detached garage. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Officer Alvarado kicked the door open to gain entry?
He began to, yes.
Okay. And there were two females at the door when that occurred, correct?
Yes.
And that would have been Laney McCulley and Kiara McCulley, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you stated that there was no that Isaac was not there, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then initially, Laney McCulley had appeared not to understand, or both Laney and Kiara McCulley appeared to not understand what was happening?
Yeah.
Okay. And dispatch then confirmed the incident occurred in the garage?
Correct.
Okay. And Laney stated, well, let me back up. And the garage was locked when you approached it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And again, you had to kick the door open, correct?
Not to the garage.
Okay. But to the house?
To the house initially.
Okay. And when you opened the garage door, you immediately noticed the deceased female?
Correct.
Okay. And you observed a large sword on the dresser or table inside the garage?
Yes.
Okay. And you did not witness the actual incident, correct?
No.
Okay. And you have no personal knowledge of how Grace Jennings had died?
Just what dispatch had told us.
Okay. And you don't know exactly who was present when she had died?
No.
Okay. And you conducted a security sweep of the main residence with Officer Alvarado, correct?
Yes.
So it's safe to say that you did a pretty comprehensive search of that residence?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, all right. And again, you found no one else in that main residence, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So let's be clear. Isaac Apodaca was not present at 5941 Jaguar Drive on that day, correct?
No, not when I was there.
Okay. You had so you who escorted Laney McCulley to the Santa Fe Police Department?
I don't believe I did, no.
Okay.
The victim's mother.
Yeah. Okay, the victim's mother. And the neighbor had stated that she had not seen anything unusual, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And from your understanding and your involvement in this case, Isaac was cooperative, correct?
From my understanding, yeah.
Okay. It was Linda who had called 911?
I don't know who called 911.
Okay. And Isaac had waited for police?
I believe he waited down the street, yes.
Okay. And Kiara was not cooperative, correct?
I'm not sure.
Okay. 1 second. Describe how Kiara was looked when you arrived. Let's see.
She and her mom both were, I guess, what appeared shocked that we were there kicking the door in.
Okay. Kiara was wet, correct?
I don't remember.
You
I
don't
didn't really interact with her.
Okay. Based on your observation, did it look like Kiara had recently showered?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. You observed bloody clothing in the residence?
I didn't, no.
Okay, you didn't. Okay. Did you observe whether she had changed her clothes?
I don't know, no.
Okay. Based on your training experience, do you know whether evidence could have possibly been destroyed?
Objection, foundation.
I can rephrase that.
Sustained.
Do you know of any evidence that was possibly destroyed?
I do not.
Okay. 1 second here. You had interactions with Linda Montoya?
Just briefly at the police department.
Okay. And she was cooperative?
Yeah.
Okay. And no one at the scene that you arrived at had called 911, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So neither Kiara McCulley or Laney McCulley had called 911?
Correct.
Nothing further.
Redirect.
Officer, just to be clear, did you kick in the door or did another officer kick in the door?
Another officer.
And you stated on cross-examination that both Kiara McCulley and Laney McCulley looked shocked. Is that correct?
Yes.
And do you remember Laney McCulley's reaction when she was told that there was a body in the garage?
She was surprised.
Nothing further.
Is this witness released?
The state will reserve him for rebuttal.
Reserve, Judge. Thank you.
Okay. So you're being reserved. Don't discuss your testimony with anyone else. Don't seek out any information or discuss the case with anyone else. The attorneys will stay in touch with you and let you know if you need to be recalled for additional testimony.
Yes, Your Honor.
You may step down.
Thank you.
The statements and testimony you've just heard are now part of the evidence the jury has to consider in the case against Isaac Apodaca. As more witnesses take the stand and more evidence is revealed, the jury will have to decide what really happened in the hours leading up to Grace Jennings' brutal murder.